What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Speed, directed by Jan de Bont, starring Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. Speed tells the story of this LAPD officer named Jack Tavern who has to keep a bus from going below 50 miles per hour. Because if it does, the bomb is going to explode. The bus itself is rigged by a madman named Howard Payne, played by Dennis Hopper. All right, so that's the basic plot line of Speed. Let's talk about it. Let's try and keep it brief. Speed is awesome. I love this movie. I've loved it ever since I saw it when I was a kid. This movie to me still holds up. It's still a fun, fast-paced action movie. This movie, of course, came out during Keanu Reeves, just the emergence of Keanu Reeves as an action star, and this is one of his best action movies in terms of just fast-paced, just basic. This movie has whatever everything you want. It has a fun atmosphere. It's got a very fun, memorable villain. It's got cool practical special effects. It's got really good direction. It's got very strong performances. The cast in this movie, you couldn't ask for a better cast. Keanu Reeves as Jack Tavern. He comes across as just one of the most likable guys one of the most likable guys, and a complete badass. Keanu Reeves is great. Jeff Daniels, who plays his partner Harry Temple. I love the dynamic between Tavern and Temple. They really come across as having a genuine rapport and friendship with one another. And and I really enjoyed Jeff Daniels in this movie as well because he has a lot of funny moments to himself as well. And I was actually kind of bummed out when the movie killed his character off at the end, near the end of the movie, I should say. Sandra Bullock, who plays the character of Annie, I thought she was great in the role too, especially when she has to take control of the bus. Bullock and Reeves have really good on-screen chemistry with one another, and I like how the movie develops their romance very, very subtly and not in your face. And it works for me. It works really great for me because their budding romance does not take away from the suspense and the tension that the Bond's trying to create with this ticking time bomb, and it works. He's able to get a lot done. He's able to get a lot done without the expense of sacrificing his story, and that's the mark of a true talented director in Jan de Bont. Howard Payne, as played by Dennis Hopper, it's Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper you can clearly tell he's hamming up and enjoying himself in the role of Howard Payne. He's very, very memorable. He's an enjoyable villain, and just Dennis Hopper is just a joy to watch in general. In this movie, no exception. He's This movie's also bulked by a good supporting cast that includes Joe Morton and Alan Ruck. Joe Morton plays the superior to the Tavern and Temple characters, and I love Joe Morton ever since T2. I like him in this movie as Mac, the superior to Tavern and Temple. And Morton in this movie, he has a couple of good moments to himself as well, so you can't go wrong with that. And pretty much everyone on the bus, all the passengers on the bus themselves, they all come across as very, very likable because the bulk of this movie takes place on this bus. You have to like these characters, and to Bond's credit and to the actors' credit, they come across as likable. The Alan Ruck character can come across as maybe a little bit annoying in some areas, but never cringy. So and not only that, he doesn't absorb any screen time for him to come across as like, oh, I can't wait for this guy to die, which is good because that would have been really bad. The special effects in this movie, awesome. This movie is about almost all practical effects, and it looks fantastic on screen. From the opening prologue, where Tavern and Harry are trying to save people in an elevator before the elevator explodes, it's a very thrilling and exciting scene. It's great. It sets the tone and the pace for this movie all throughout. And like I said, once you get to the bus, which is where the bulk of this movie takes place, the explosions, the effects, they all look fantastic. The climactic scene where they're on the train is also well done too, and it's very, very exciting and very, very thrilling. The showdown between Tavern and Howard Payne it's a good payoff. It's satisfying, especially since Payne loses his head, and when the whole train crashes up into downtown LA, very fun, very practical, and it looks great on screen. So yeah, there's more to talk about with Speed. Those are just my quick overall general thoughts. As you can say, I have very little issues with Speed. I love Speed. I think this movie is great, which is why I'm giving Speed a 10 out of 10. This movie is awesome. It still holds up. If you have not seen Speed in a long time, what are you doing? Watch it because you're not going to regret it. It's a fun watch. It's 2 hours of your time that you're not going to waste because it's everything you want in an action movie. It's fun. It's exhilarating. You have good performances, good special effects. And it does what every good action popcorn movie does. It satisfies the taste. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Speed. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.